Okay. So first of all, I would like to tell you, ma'am, just you consider me as your brother, and you don't feel any kinds of nervousness. I know because whenever just we connect to any caller or any stranger person, that we must have hesitation as well, nervousness. But I would
Yes,
like to tell you, just consider me your brother, and just so good evening, ma'am.
yes, sir. Good evening, sir.
Okay. So how are you doing?
I'm doing fantastic, sir. Thank you for asking. What about you, sir?
Yeah, I'm alive and kicking. Yeah, so far. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Mhm. So, as you know that since we are meeting for the very first time, I would like you to introduce yourself.
Yes, definitely. As you know, my name is Manisha Reddy. I am from Jharkhand. I born and brought up in Andhra Pradesh, and now I am pursuing my engineering, electrical and electronics in Odisha. And if I am talking about my hobbies is my hobbies are sketching, drawing, and wall painting, and loving badminton and exploring new things. That's it, sir.
Okay, that's great. The way of presenting yourself is quite well. I like it. Okay. Mm.
Thank you,
So,
sir.
okay. So, do you want me to introduce myself?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay. So, first of all, thank you so much, ma'am, for having me golden opportunity to introduce myself. So as you know that my name is Shibu. I'm from Bihar, and if I talk about my qualification, so I have pursued 10 standard. Earlier I was a student, but these days just I'm an employee. And if I talk about my profession, so I do work in dairy farm. Yeah, that's all about me. Thank you, ma'am.
Yes. And I want to tell you your 10th standard and you're you have a passionate for learning this language and salute, sir. For these things, I'm salute you.
Yeah, thank you once again. And yeah, you said that actually that one is very right. And as I told you that just I have pursued 10 standard, and I was having leisure time after I quitted my study. I was not doing anything. So I thought that why should I try to learn this language? Why should not I try to learn this language? So just
Yes.
after 10 completed, maybe 6 years or 5 years. That at that time, just I was trying to do myself. I used to try a lot, but at that time, I didn't have any guidance. I didn't have any mentor. So that's why I took many more time to reach in this path right now. So
Yes.
totally depend on practice. Yeah.
Yes, yes, sir. And I can see uh, your actually now I am forget. Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Okay. So first of all, I would like to tell you, ma'am, just you consider me as your brother, and you don't feel any kinds of nervousness. I know because whenever just we connect to any caller or any stranger person, that we must have hesitation as well, nervousness. But I would
Yes,
like to tell you, just consider me your brother, and just try to speak as much as you can. And I'm sure that you will be
yes.
able to speak, and you are speaking very well, even though I have seen your videos with the YouTubers, so you performed very well. Yeah.
Yes, thank you so
Uh,
much. Because I am like a fumbling and hesitates because I am a Hindi medium background and I don't know how to speak because that the time I didn't have that environment I can say because 2018 2017 we were not aware from that and a social media or YouTube or how we can utilize this thing. But nowadays it's a very essential and crucial part of our life and all over the India, all over the India, all are learning this language, and that's why I also wanted to learn this language because nowadays it's a very important. If you are a homemaker or if you are a working professional or if you are preparing for an interview, then it is a very essential, crucial part of our life. If we don't know this language, then we couldn't consider to qualify this to any field, I can say. Because if you are studying, if you want to go abroad, and this thing, I mean, so English is a essential part of our life. If you That's why the most students and most peoples are giving their consistency this language. Yes, sir.
Yeah, you are right. And first of all, I would like to tell you really whatever you have taken, it was really great for you. And I can understand being a student, it is this language is too much crucial for you. And as you said that when you were trying to learn this language at that time, you didn't aware that what is YouTube and you don't have any kinds of facilities to use social media. But after that, when you got to know that, oh my God, yeah, if I use these our platforms, so definitely I will be able to speak. And since that day, just you are trying to learn this language and you put it your great effort, and I can see that now you are able to speak. Yeah, and I can say that in this era this language is too much necessary, whether you are a student or any worker person. So if you have good command on this language, and I'm sure that you will survive anywhere. I mean, as I told you, I didn't tell you that where I'm right now. So suppose that currently I'm connecting to you from Kerala. So it means, yeah, it means because I don't know about their native language. How can I do communicate with them? If I need any kinds of help, so at that time, if I will be not able to speak, so it means I'll not get any kinds of help from others. Yeah,
Yes,
that's
definitely. If Yes, sir. Because definitely, I have been working for a two near a 4 year in a Bangalore sector, and that time I don't know the language in Canada, and that time I were facing a lot of problems in the means English language, and that time I learned like a Telugu because I know Telugu very well, and it's similar to like a Kannada. That's why I quickly catch up the language, quick catch up the Kannada language, and I can means I can see a lot of my friends and colleagues like they belongs to a West Bengal, but they are not able to speak in that language or Telugu language because they are like a they have their own language like a Bengali or a Hindi, but because they have means what they are means what they have environment in a Bengali that era, and that's why they are not catching means they are not able to catch, but some peoples are catch easily. But yes, in a Kerala, like a Kerala, I know is a Malayalam language is very difficult. I actually means in actually I in my office era, like most of the peoples there belongs to a Kerala peoples, and where they when they I mean so whenever they are talking to each other, I couldn't understand one words also. When I want to catch one language, I am forgetting in that time. But it's the tongue and twisters, sir. In a I mean, so the tongue and how they are means how their way to communicating their friends or their colleagues. Actually, it's very difficult, I can say. But it's a I can say it's a Tamil language and a Malayalam language is similar too. It is a match. They easily catch that language.
yeah,
Tamil
you
people,
are
Tamilian.
yeah. Yeah, and really, your journey was quite great because even though I got to know that when you were in Bangalore at that time, you were working there and you faced many difficulties. I can say that we have to face difficulties until unless we face, we can't achieve anything. And
Yes,
see,
yes,
one, that one difficulties issue made you to learn this language. And even though now you have many more languages you are able to speak, yeah, it is a good thing. Even though I have a lot of friends, but some friends they were working in Bangalore sector, so they were also telling me that I was told, there is some in Bangalore in that city, they don't know like how to speak English, and if you want to work in any sector in Bangalore, so it means you must have some knowledge how to speak English. And I can say that whenever you will go and everywhere, all people they speak English. Yeah, and
Yes.
at that time I got to know, and once again here you told me, so now I completely agree.
If you're going to a north side, it's like a they are belongs to a Hindis and Punjabis. They can easily talk to Hindi. But if you're going to north side, then it is very difficult to survive. If you're like a north, it's a means a it first time it will be very difficult for peoples or can means to consider as me, because they are don't know how to speak. And if firstly they means uh, they wanted to uh, convincing them, but they are not understanding, and that the time they are like a misconceptions to each other, and that's it's happen. But yes, gradually, if we want to learn in any language, then it's like a definitely we will learn, because English also it's like you I mean so we can consider as a language. And if English is like a before we were thinking like a English is very difficult, we cannot speak one word also. But nowadays it's very improving, it's very growing these skills. Everyone like want to learn this language. If you consider it is a easy, then it is easy. And if you don't consider that, it's very hard. But yes, I can say it's a Malayalam is very difficult.
Yeah, you are right. And even though I have completed here almost 7 or 8 years to me living in Kerala, but even though these days also I'm unable to speak too much. But I can understand everything. But when it comes to communicate with any people, so really I am very poor as a church mice like that. And yeah, because I can say that if we had English environment, we would speak English very fluently. Due to environment, lack of environment, that's why we are taking a lot of time to learn this language. Yeah, and yeah, depend on the practice. If we do consistency, a regular basis, and systematically, then I'm sure that we can achieve very fast
Yes.
in this language. Because I have heard from great speakers, because as you know that these days I'm learning English, so I consume a lot of videos and I used to watch. Even though these days also I'm watching, but over there I got to know that that one speaker was telling that if you do consistency, regular basis practice, then you will get it in your future remarkable result, in your ambition, in your dream. And yeah, definitely. Suppose that now if we do consistency, regular practice, and within a 1 days, within an entire days, if we are getting 1% or 2% percentage different in our whatever we are doing, so it means we are enhancing ourselves.
Yes,
And
yes.
yeah,
Why not, sir?
and south part of India, I can say that if you wanna come the south part of India, so you must have knowledge how to speak English as well here, then you will be able to manage. And there are many people are there, they speak Hindi, but we cannot say that when which kinds of people we will interact at the time. If that person doesn't know how to speak Hindi, so what we will do? Because there is no any chance to get any kinds of help. And north part of India, there is very easily. And if I talk about Rajasthan, Maharashtra, Chandigarh, Jharkhand, Chhattisgarh, Odisha, Bihar, UP, we can manage it. There is not like that. Yeah, these are place, and their native language is not too much too difficult. We can understand everything. Yeah, and at that time, because I can say that, yeah, that place are not, we will not face any kinds of difficulties. But south
Yes,
part of India, very difficult.
yes. If
Yeah.
you know the language, then it's okay for you. Like you're, you can adjust. If you don't know, then it will come. But yes, it's a starting date. So I were facing a problem because I don't know
Yeah.
Kannada. That's why.
Yeah.
And then I want to ask you some like a questions like a why why education is essential role in our era, like in this generation.
Sorry,
Education
pardon. Education.
education is essential uh in this era.
Okay, yeah. See, you're in this era, education is most important for everyone. Suppose that, like, who has lot of degrees, who has, like, who is educated person, there may be, they can do whatever they want to do. And suppose that they will have lot of knowledge, and after grab a lot of knowledge and from book, and when they will get it higher degrees, then definitely they can get job in private sector or government sector, and very easily. They don't do too much hard work compared to, like, ordinary person. And uh, and uh, why I am telling education is too much important. And yeah, suppose that, like, if any situation in your life, you will get it any problem, then you will be able to solve in a good manner, and you will understand that how I got which kinds of strategy, or which kinds of step I will have to take, then I can solve it, this situation. Yeah.
Yes.
And I can say that, yeah, education, there is no any matter, like, if you are rich person or right person, everybody is, for everyone, education is equality. As much as we can, we have to grab, we have to adopt much more knowledge. Yeah.
Yeah. And yes, in my opinion, education is doesn't mean like if you know that if you a good knowledgeable person, then if you're not exploring, if you're not explaining to others, and that education is not it is not beneficial for like us or you. And if we have a if we have a good knowledge, then we should provide to our elders or younger, or I can say it's a small children. Because when if we are utilized as a means if we are utilized in a good way educations, then it's very beneficial for everyone. And nowadays education is very essential for all. And if you are not educated also, but means that you have a good means you should have a good manners, how to behave to others, like others people. They they don't judge to you like your rural background, your intermediate background. You cannot you're not qualified. And means in my opinion, we don't see to abilities, we see the your ability means disabilities. Okay. And yes, in my opinion, education is very important. And yes, and we should we should give a moral values in our coming next generations. And that's it's a main part to education.
Yeah, and yeah, it is right. Education make us knowledgeable. Education make us disciplined. And
Yeah.
suppose that if we don't have any kinds of no, knowledge or education, then very difficult to tackle anything. And as I told you, discipline make us sorry, education make us knowledgeable. And suppose that if you want to do in your life, like related to business or related to anything, if you because if you don't have if you don't have any kinds of knowledge, then what you will do, there is no any chance to do anything. Because even though these days also I have seen that who has good knowledge, who has degrees, and who has a good knowledgeable person, who has knowledge. So because that who is ordinary person, they have knowledge, that one person has knowledge. But if you are educated person, if you don't have knowledge, so it means you cannot do. Always you will try, you will not eat your knowledge in any sector, because you don't have knowledge. Yeah, I can say that. That's why we must have knowledge, then we cannot face any kinds of difficulties in our lives. Yeah.
And
Mm.
so, one, I wanted to ask one more question. What is the differentiate between the private school and versus a government school? Do you think it's private school nowadays is very it's good, or a government school?
Yeah. My point of view, I would like to tell you, ma'am, private and government sector, very difficult to say that both sector are much more good, both sector are very bad. But as far as I know that in the private sector that we were not given too much facilities. We are not being given too much facilities. And if I talk about private sector, so private sector there, we are getting everything. I have seen many more friends and many more students. They are going to English academy. So because there, first of all, they who is teacher, because every month their children, their parents, they pay money. So it means teacher responsibility that somehow I will have to make understand. Somehow I will have to make understand to a student that what you will do, then you will be able to grab much more things. And in in private sector, everything is quality is good. Yeah, I can say that. Hmm.
Yes, in my opinion, like a government school, government and versus private school is a much more like a considered as a private school because in a government school there yes I can consider because who can I mean so who won uh, most of the people they are not afford from the private school, that's why uh, they are taking admissions in government because the due to compulsion or due to some problem in a final problem, that's why they're they're studying in government. But yes, a government if you are giving a good quality education in government sector, then definitely government also like a government also it's a Mm, it's government sector also can growth day by day. And if we I am talking about the private school, nowadays it's very everywhere it's like a open a private sectors, and their fees also their fees also their demand fees, and you can consider the demand their demand in fees demand or students uh, entire the student process like a books like a material books or clothes or everything like it's a tuitions, everything is very costlier compared to a government. But yes, in a private sector they are giving a good education, they are providing a discipline and providing a good mentor, and they are giving us that much I mean a positive circumstance. And they will gradually increase their language skills, and they are giving good they have a good command of languages, different type of languages, and they are like a they are not wasting their times, but they are considered to how their student can improve their in a future. That's why they are giving, and they are giving a effortless performance. That's why students also qualify uh, in a IAS or IPS, a different sectors like a government and private same. But yes, it's a government, I can say government students also they are they're also pursuing in a higher studies in a government colleges. It's a good reputed college, and they're also becoming a good IAS IPS and CA. They are they are pursuing a CA, and they are doing a business entrepreneur. It's a both thing is same, but I think it's a people mindset. And yes, it's a government and private. It's my opinion. It's both thing is good,